What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of the Reno Acerola, and this is week 3 of the MLBA. We are taking on Ultra Player and his New York Metagross. So we really need a rebound. We're currently 0-2, and we got shellacked by a freaking whooper last week. So we definitely need a rebound from that. So let's take a look at what Ultra here could have brought. Like always, all the other coaches, their stuff will be in the description below, so you should totally check them out. Along with a link to my front office Hangout server. If you want to join that, feel free. But anyways, let's just go on to what Ultra Player could have brought this game. And his last 2 mons are cut off. I know his last 2 mons are going to be cut off. As always, last 2 mons are going to be cut off, so I'll just say them. He could have brought Zeroria, Megaladios, Nidoqueen, Florges, Alola Marowak, Umbreon, Cobalion, Tornadus Eye, Leafeon, Kangaskhan, and Golisopod. Kangaskhan and Golisopod were probably the mons that got cut off. But yeah, whatever. With Zeroria, Cobalion, Tornai, Leafeon, and Kangaskhan as Z-mons. So that's his squadron. And when we brought to face him, I brought Greninja kind of just shellacks his entire team. So I brought that. D-Knight, set up D-Knight kind of just destroys him too. I could just set up on his Zeroria if he doesn't have HP Ice, and even if he does, I could still take a hit with multi-skill, because Zeroria, it's not that good. It's a new mon, but it's really not that good. We also have Salazzle. Pretty sure I'm Nasty Pot 3 attacks on Salazzle. We have Claydol with, I think it was just a fat set. Miltank and Sceptile. Sceptile was an interesting set. Sceptile was a SD Tangaberry set to potentially, see, this game I was certain Golisopod was going to come because it's his best, because AV Golisopod is his best Greninja check. But he didn't bring the Golisopod, which pretty much made my Sceptile expendable. Because it was meant to, with the Tangaberry, it was meant to take a first impression and SD, and then I was just going to be able to put dents in his team. So, with that in mind, because with the Unburden, I outspeed his entire team. So, yeah. That's what I was planning to do with Sceptile. But he didn't bring his Golisopod, which really... That was really good. He didn't bring his Golisopod. That was really good for me. Umbreon, I totally expected to come because of my Mega Metagross, but I didn't bring the Mega Metagross this week. So I guess to him that makes Umbreon look expendable. Cobalion is a giant problem. It always is. Megaladios was a problem too. In fact, the week I had this battle, I had battles in 3 other leagues, and in every single one of those leagues, they had Megaladios. My opponent had Megaladios. It's just really, that's really weird. So I had to face Megaladios 3 times this week, and I think I won 2 of the games. Nice. So anyway, let's see how this battle played out. Let's see if we could rebound nicely after the whooper shellacking. So he leads off with his Umbreon, as I lead off with Greninja. I led Greninja, pretty good lead against his entire team. I outspeed everything on his team off the bat. I do have Ice Beam as well, so I could just fire off an Ice Beam on literally anything. Cobalion, even Cobalion does not want to. Even Cobalion doesn't appreciate it. He just goes for Protect right away. Scout what I'm gonna do. I click U-turn, get my Bug type. As he's still protected. Then I go for a low kick here because I didn't know wanted to gauge what his spread was gonna be, and judging by that damage, he is in fact a Spadef variant, which was a little surprising, being the fact I have a Mega Metagross. I didn't think he was going to bring a Spadef Umbreon, but he did. So I switch out here into a Sceptile, named after my boy Johnny GB, as he just continues switching. He goes for Protect again, as I SD on his Protect. And I do have Drain Punch on this Sceptile, so I do go for it here. And I'm able to do some pretty big damage to that Thundy. I go for Dragon Claw because it's the best. It was the best move I had to hit. It was the best move I had at the time. I do get a crit, which is unfortunate, but it did matter too. But it's unfortunate, but part of the game we play. So he does go. He goes back into his Umbreon here because I'm pretty sure he has the foul play. I just go for Drain Punch just to get some damage on it because my Sceptile, like I said, it's expendable because he didn't bring the Golisopod. So I do go for Dream Punch there, do at least 50%. He goes for Foul Play. Figured he would have the Foul Play, because Foul Play Umbreon's really good against Mega Metagross. So yeah, that was kind of my game plan this game. I was hoping to catch him over prepping for the Metagross, and I think I did. So I go out on the Greninja here, as now I'm looking this Umbreon in the face. He goes out into his Nidoqueen. I just U-turn here for momentum, and I'm pretty sure a U-turn would have killed him at that range anyway. So I go out into my Miltank. It is my best thing to take on this Nidoqueen, as we just exchange rocks there, which is completely fine. I go for Earthquake, hardest hitting move. He goes for Earth Power and does a metric ton to me because Nidoqueen hits like a truck. He switches out into his Lottie. I go for Milk Drink here. Now, I could just completely 1v1 this Lottie with my Miltank. I do have Toxic on it. And I think I do click it here, as he just goes for Psyshock, which is great. No, I have Punishment on this Miltank. Oh, yeah, that was the Heat set. This Miltank had Punishment because Combine Lottie kind of shit on my team. So I definitely, I wanted to see if Miltank got a Dark move, and I saw I got Punishment, which is actually really nice. So Punishment, if you don't know, it's a move that deals, it's kind of like Stored Power, but on your side, like it does more damage depending on how many stat boosts your opponent has. It was pretty much my answer for in case he brought like a Stored Power Mega Lottie or something like that. And I believe in my spread, he couldn't break a sub though in my spread. I was afraid of sub Combine Mega Latias this game, especially since my only Dark type is Greninja. So he goes for Thunderbolt here, as I just keep going for Punishment, because it's my only move to hit this thing. He can just go for T-Bolts all he wants. Miltank is just sponging these hits right now. Actually, I don't think I had Toxic on this Miltank. I would have clicked it by now. I'm just going for Punishment, because I'm just keep going for Punishment, but whatever. Now he goes into his Cobalion. Good play on his end, as now I click Punishment again, and he gets his Justified. And now I switch it to Salazzle because really, Cobalion can't touch me. He goes for SD. That's fine. I would rather him go for SD because if he goes for SD, then Salazzle still outspeeds him. So I would rather him go for SD than Rock Polish. And now he goes out into his Nidoqueen here as I'm able to just fire off a Fire Blast, and I think I kill him. No, he lives on 3. Okay, so after using Salazzle again, it's actually not that bad. Now he goes out. I click Dragon Pulse, he dies, and then he goes into this beast, the Zeoria. He goes for knockoff, kills me. That's fine. Really didn't need my Salazzle this game, because it could have been nice for Cobalion, but I do still have Dragonite with Earthquake. So pretty much at this point, I'm looking to win this game with Dragonite. Now I go out into Claydol on this thing because I just straight up wall it. I mean, I'm Fizz Depth, so I should be able to take a knockoff. I just fire off an Earth Power or something. So now he has this in front. He goes out into his Lottie, and I think I just clicked Rapid Spin here, yeah. Because I'm wanting to keep my Dragonite's multi-scale. He goes with Thunderbolt. Probably predicting my Greninja to come in there, as I just go for Toxic on his Lottie. And now that Lottie is Toxic, and I think he revealed all 4 of his moves at that point. No, he didn't. He was still short 1 move. As now he's just going to Wish Protect up here, which is completely fine. I still don't know his last move on his Latias, but potentially that could be set up fire for my Dragonite. And I do crit the Umbreon here, which is really unfortunate for him. As now my Dragonite is going to be, he goes out in the Lottie, I go out in the Dragonite, and here I decide to risk it. I decide to risk it all here. To see what his 4th move is. If it's a Dragon move, I could take one and just set up a Dragon Dance. Is that multi-skill? He goes for Psyshock, leading me to think he doesn't have a Dragon Stab, which means now I'm able to get the +1, and Dragonite is going to be able to click the Devastating Drake and just be able to win this game. He goes into the Cobalion. That's not. It does live a +1 Earthquake. He does go for Rock Polish, but I do have E-Speed, so it doesn't make a difference. So now that's dead, and his last mon is the Zeoria. I do outspeed this thing, and he dies. The crit didn't matter on that. So GG Ultra. Sorry about the hacks, but it's the game we play. It's the game we play. You just gotta take it on the chin. Just gotta take it on the chin. I mean, it probably mattered for Diff. I think I could have still won with Dragonite, even if Umbreon, because he did tell me after the game his last move was Healing Wish on his Lottie. So I could have possibly still won with Dragonite. Because Dragonite sets up on Lottie, and I probably wouldn't have clicked my Devastating Drake. You didn't have a Fairy either, so I kind of just clicked Outrage. And I think if I have a Z move, I could click it. Like, my Z move was Z outrage. I don't know if I could click it out of that, but if I could, then Umbreon was going down. Okay, so anyways, doesn't matter. The hacks happened, so be it. Next week we take on what's his name, Xglix, and his Detroit Torcats. Also, I did make a trade that will be effective week 5. I'll have a separate transaction video coming out possibly by the end of this week or next week, because the transaction will be effective week 5. When week 4 goes up, the transaction will be in effect. The transaction will be in effect week 5. We have made a trade, and we made a free agent signing. So we'll cover that in the transaction vid, which will probably be either later this week or next week. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week with week 4 against Xglix. Same time, same place. Peace out.